Yeah.
All right, so Gyro, tell us. Hello, let's like introduce yourself. Others. My name is Jiting Youngism. You may introduce yourself.
Uh, my name is Gyro, like spinny balls. I debate One Piece, Lookism, some IRL.
Mhm.
Just a Discord debater, man. I'm not black, by the way.
He is.
Yeah. All right. So how did you get into like Discord debating?
Uh, but okay, this is gonna seem weird, but so I had a friend who's already on this app. His name is Vortex, and
Hmm.
right before I got on this app on Discord, there was a sub which it was way less popular back then, but it's pretty big for like
Hmm.
for a anime subreddit on Reddit, which is
Hmm.
called it's like One Piece power scaling or something. And I
Hmm.
was on there for like a while. I was on there for like a couple months before Vortex invited me to the Discord server there, and I just debated One Piece for 2 years pretty much, or like not for 2 years. I mean, I still debate it currently actively, and that was 2 years ago. But I debated that for like in those servers, like those Reddit servers, for like a while before I left and like got into different servers. But I literally got in like off Reddit.
All right. So second question. What was the first debate you've ever like you won?
I ever won. Well, I won my first debate actually. Against Blocker. It was on like some One Piece topic. Yeah, I didn't debate. Okay, so I was in that com, but I didn't debate for a couple months before I had my first debate, and I only
Mhm.
had it after Vortex had his first debate, like a month prior to that. So that's kind of like what motivated me to actually debate.
All right.
And I won that, and then I had a couple of debates after that as well. Like it's all in text, by the way. I didn't start VC debating until like 8 months after I started.
Uh, okay. So who is like the most inspirational person you seen like in a debate com, or the best like person like
Best.
your best friend debating like in your debate
Okay.
com?
Okay. So besides like friends I had like outside of this comp, actually no. Hold on. Let me think. That's a good question. Uh, I think. Mm, it's a good question, bro. I feel like Shinra is the most motivational for. I feel like he should be for everyone because he started out like everyone. He used to be like trash as fuck, pretty much
Hmm.
for like the most part, and he he just quietly just took himself and took his time to like reach stuff, debate stuff. Actually took took this more seriously than others. Like I know it's a hobby, you're not like supposed to take it very seriously, but still,
Hmm.
if you want to get better at debating, like just do what Shinra did. I feel like the guy's like the best at it.
Okay.
That's why he's very good right now.
All right. So, assuming that you lost the debate, what was the first debate you've ever lost?
Uh First debate I ever lost was against Zekular, and that was my first PC debate. So it was on. So okay, I spoke English fluently, but my accent was pretty bad, and I was very choppy in my speech. So it was pretty hard for me to actually, go in like more of a heated setting. So that was a good experience though. Like I did lose that debate, but it was way closer than I think it would have been before coming into the debate. I was not very confident coming in.
Uh,
But yeah, that was the first debate I lost, and then luckily I did avenge it like a couple months later. But yeah.
all right. So, out of every debater you've talked to, which one did you hate the most?
Oh, Sakazuki easily. No question asked. Like if you know who Sakazuki is, like I feel like most people in this call don't know who that is.
I
But
know who
he's
it
like
is.
okay, yeah. That guy's just like a two-faced hypocrite bastard, bro. I fucking hate that guy.
Uh,
Like there's I could go on like for 10 minutes about why like that guy's a fucking piece of shit. Like I really don't like that guy.
okay. So, out of every debater, who do you think was the most overrated one that you wanted to debate?
Uh that I went to debate. I
Yeah,
feel
like the
like
most overrated
uh okay. Like currently or just all time? Because all time there's a good answer.
all time.
All time, okay. Uh well, first and foremost, all the old gen guys for the most part, like Airflame, Kuros. I debated Kuros and I beat his ass. That was like
Mm.
probably Kuros. I feel like Kuros was always bad in my eyes, and I debated him pretty recently. And yeah, that was one. If I could debate Airflame or like Six or any of those like older gen guys as well, like I would. And I feel like they're probably the most rated. Not because it's like their fault, but it's just people look at skill differently now. So yeah, those are
Okay.
like the most overrated ones I want to debate.
Okay. So, what about currently?
currently, like the currently most overrated debater.
Mhm.
Okay. Huh. Oh, I mean, there's some. Well, there's a like a lot of good answers for this. Uh, I want to say, hold on. Who's the most overrated debater? Probably, I want to say Godly is very overrated. Um,
Mhm.
he's still currently actively debating, so he's not like one of those older young guys. I feel like, um, mm, I feel like, yeah, it's either Godly. Uh, I guess Tensei's up there as well. Even though Tensei's pretty good, but he's not as good as people make him out to be. Tensei's up there, and yeah, Godly and Tensei would be my picks pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. So when you were in your early stages of debating, have you ever lost? Like, have you ever seen someone so smart that you genuinely felt like, oh, he was at like a level that was unreachable?
Yes, I mean that was well, that was almost every stage of my debating thing, my debating path. Because I kind of divided into like the guys who like taught me things. Because I never had like an outright teacher. I mean, I guess I did with Apollo, like that was the last one. But
Mhm.
like, there's a bunch of guys who like taught me like a little bit of their skill. That was at first Sakazuki, which I think he's very bad now. But that was just me being worse. Then it was Manny. Then it was uh Yanni felt very unreachable at the time, but I think I'm better than him now. And then Apollo is still like like on IRL he still seems like pretty average. But yeah, Apollo was like definitely the best example of this because the first time I debated him was like it was like it's like you do a skip in a game where you jump from the start of the game to like the final boss of the game, bro. Like it was the worst like experience I ever had in my life debating.
I see. So okay, good question. How did you get the name Gyro like spinny balls?
It's a reference to a JoJo character called Gyro.
Uh-huh.
And he's like these steel balls that he's to attack. It's actually getting animated soon in the JoJo anime. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So out of every debater, what was the most annoying one that would be like, a skeptic debater, like someone that's extremely annoying to debate or talk to?
Someone who's there's also a lot for this, but the clear answer is fucking Ezekiel. That guy's just fucking not only is he dumb, but like he just literally like what you described, he's literally just a skeptic crowd. Yeah,
Oh,
Ezekiel easily.
okay. So you told us how you met Vortex. When you first met Vortex, what was your impression on him?
Uh on this group we were both goons of him, so
Mm.
that's my impression. Like he was just kinda like a goony guy, like always like he threw chat goons. That's kind of like the thing we always do, and like all of our friends always do. Like we were still always shotgun, but he didn't even like debate at the time or seemed competent at the time. So yeah, that's the thing. Like he was just a shotgun pretty much, and that's like I feel like that's the common impression about me and Vortex together.
Okay. So I don't know if I asked this question already. Who's the worst debater you debated?
But yeah, you haven't. The worst debater is well, there's a bunch, bro. Like worst relevant one would be like Ghetto Jin, but he's still better than like most people how I have actually debated. I guess Ghetto Jin would be the answer for like the calm, but if you don't like know in general, the worst debate I've ever debated would be like probably ooh probably Globmaker. Yeah, my first debate Globmaker.
Alright. Uh,
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
she like ruined the fucking video. Sorry. Uh,
Shut
I
the
went
fuck
into the.
up, you.
Hey, can you
Okay, okay.
shut up, you fat bitch?
I guess I so.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just jealous, bro.
Sorry. Don't worry. So don't worry. I'll cut this part out the video. Uh, so like I was saying, okay, for Vortex, do you do you like have you seen Vortex first debate? Like, quick question.
Yeah, I was actually in the group chat when he first debated the guy called Omar. It was on One Piece as well. It was like Kuzan versus it was like Kuzan versus Kaido. That debate was ass as fuck. It was like it literally took several weeks to finish. It was a text debate, obviously, and I thought Vortex won that debate pretty easily, but the judge was a like notorious retard Shiro. So like I don't know. It's not like it's a crazy robbery, but I just felt like Vortex did enough to win. But it's like yeah, that debate was ass as fuck looking back, but it felt very high level at the time.
Okay. So, quick question. how did you get to meet Apollo, and how did you become his student?
Look, there's kind of like two stories to this because the first time I actually talked to the guy was in Skypea, and it was because I said like, okay, so like I said, I always shotgun, like it's just what I do. I think it's very fun to do, and
Mhm.
at the time it was more than a year. Like now, I feel like it was at the start of 2024. So like January 2024, maybe like even 2023, or later 2023. It's like I said, okay, if Apollo can beat C, then I also can beat C. Like obviously I was chatting shit. I thought C was way better than me at the time. And the guy like literally pinged me in chat because he like likes to search his name in chat, and he said, "Oh yeah, join VC." And we get in call, and he starts like he starts doing his thing. He starts like or diffing, and it was just a regular combo. But then we said, okay, like yeah, let's debate. And we had the first debate, and everyone actually said I won that debate, like just to troll Apollo, but obviously I didn't win that debate. And after that, we didn't talk. It was actually like the one trolling him, and we just had we just met in the VC once, and then we just kind of like talked and got along. So that was like our actual like talk, like their first talk, besides like debate grading shit.
Well, okay, so there's probably questions to like the audience wants to ask. So if any of you guys want to ask questions, you can. But I'm gonna ask more questions.
Do you think you're better than Apollo now?
On fiction, yeah. On IRL, no.
Okay. What about
I feel like
you,
that's
Atlas?
crazy to say, but what's
Mhm.
up?
What about you, Atlas? You said you had a question about like in Gyro.
Yeah. If he doesn't have a question, it's fine. It's fine.
Uh,
Just wait for a second. It's like he's typing in chat. Do you have a question? Like,
okay.
do you have any sort of questions?
Like about Gyro and Spurs.
Okay.
So like when you first like
Yeah, I
so
got another
of
question.
everyone in here,
Oh, Zine
out
has
of
a question.
everyone in here in this server, who do you think has the most potential, excluding
Uh,
me?
okay. I was actually honestly gonna say you probably, but actually I think it's Zim. Then it's like Kaido. Kaido's in the server. I feel like Kaido is like the guy who has like actually the most potential. And I've been saying this for a while, but yeah, it's Kaido. Atlas if he starts like actually seeing or like going to voice shots. But it's definitely Kaido for now.
Okay. So if there is there any current debaters you want to debate on and like you want to debate, and what's the topic you want to debate them on?
The only guys that really want to debate is Gizbob. I want to debate him on Lokism. Like we've had this debate set up for like months. Like I think I want to say like a month or 2 months. Just never got to it. I want to debate. Hmm. Uh, like I said, I want to debate like one of the older gen guys like Bubbles, but it's more like a legacy fight. I don't really care about that. The one guy I really want to debate is Draco as well. So Draco and Gizbob pretty much. Draco is on One Piece, and then Gizbob is on Lookism.
Okay. So what is your response to like, 1PK and Goofy calling you out? Do you have any response or do you just think they're useless?
Yeah, I feel like both of them are just pretty bad. I don't really care to be honest. But Goofy's just a weirdo, like in general. 1PK is at least like a more of a stand up guy, but Goofy's just weird as fuck.
Okay. You earlier you mentioned that you had beef with Sakazuki. Any reason to how that started, or would you like to get into that?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of lore, bro, but it's like pretty much we he kept us around because we were stroking his debate ego, and it's an active issue with him now because he's just like going around servers trying to gain goons, like saying yeah, like this guy, like I beat this guy, I beat that guy, and he's just trying to gain goons that way. But we used to be like goons back in the day, and me and Vortex, I mean Vortex first, but then I also watched the bridge debate he had. So him and Bridge, I don't know if you know who Bridge is, but Bridge is also like a debater. He doesn't really debate
Oh
One
yeah,
Piece, but
this guy.
uh, sorry.
That guy. I know who Bridges.
Okay, yeah. So Sakazuki and Appo and Bridge and fucking Ikari, I think. But it was really Bridge versus Sakazuki and Appo. Like the other guy didn't really debate. So basically, these guys debated, and I thought and Vortex thought that Bridge just won that debate pretty easily. And after that, like we started moving Sakazuki down and down and down on the list because we watched more and more recordings, and he just kept looking worse and worse. And as we did that, like it just like, our relationship with him, or not mine immediately because I didn't like really think badly of the guy at the time, but he like clearly started treating us worse, and that just culminated in him like just banning us from from Skypea because of like some random dog shit beef. It was more like of me sending a screenshot of him saying something, and like he just got really mad, and it was just down here from there.
Okay. So I've heard many times you said the Lookism comp is really, really bad. Why do you think that?
I don't think it's any specific reason for why they're the worst one specific, but it's like it's just the one I observed the most. So I feel like any comp that's predominantly going to be like text debate or some TikTok is going to be pretty bad. So, but it's just they debate internally. They don't really debate anyone who's actually good. They don't like really try to progress any like past like their little circles, which is fine. But that's why they're gonna probably stay bad.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you about like some like not really personal stuff. When did you get on? Like, how did you get on Discord?
Okay, that was the first question. I feel like we can cut this out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So how did you get to meet Cake Mouth, and that guy? You know.
I take him out. Oh, bro, me and him. But me and this is like lore, bro. Like the first time we talked was in a server called Water 7. It's like an OG One Piece server. And
Huh?
he was streaming like bro, wallahi, he was streaming porn MVC, and there was like five. It was like it was like five people in call, and that's how we met pretty much. Like he was just like literally streaming porn in call, and after that we randomly talked, and then like we just got along. So we still talk right now.
Oh, because that guy seems pretty funny. Okay, so would you like to explain how you got to meet some of the people in here, such as me, Cars, Atlas, Kaido? You know.
Yeah. I met this guy Jin Youngison while I was waiting for Krebs in AVC, and this guy just literally joined immediately as I joined the call. So I thought that's Krebs, but it's like we talked and like we just got along. So that's how I met this guy. And then I also just met through like servers. Like I met Atlas and Kaido through Beeps, which is a One Piece side comp server. It's like very similar to this one. And I met like everyone else you can think of like in this com and like all the Lookism comp through like Chen Liang or yeah, like mostly Chen Liang, which is like the OG Lookism side comp server as well.
Okay. So out of every like fictional character, which one do you think you represent the most?
On Discord, because I feel like that's kind of corny IRL, but on Discord, probably Taijin Xion from Lookism.
What? Wait, what?
Taijin Xion, or whatever his name is, Taijin. The black guy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. What is your favorite fictional character?
Uh, mm, it's uh, who's my favorite fictional character? Probably Dexter Morgan.
Okay. Oh, okay. Exim asked, "Who is the best lookism debater?" Okay.
It's me or Gizbob.
All right. Well, that's all the questions. Thank you for your time, Gyro.
All right,
You're really a great man.
thank you, bro.
We have to stop the recording.
Yeah, my bad. All right, guys, see ya. Thank you for the interview.